Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're joining us from. I'm so excited that you're here with us. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. God bless you. So how we're going to go today, I'm going to introduce myself and tell us what we're here for. So my name is Sheyobasi. And if you can hear me, please, can you put in the comments that you can hear so that I know that I'm not talking to myself. Say hello, I can hear you. Tell us what your name is, where you're joining us from, so that I know I'm not speaking to myself. You can see my smiling face. You can hear my voice. Thank you very much. So yeah, so people can hear. Amazing. So good evening, good evening. Just tell us your name, where you're reaching us from. If you can hear me very well, so that I can go on. Loud and clear. Amazing, amazing. So my name is Sheyobasi, and I'm really excited. Like, this is an exciting webinar for me. I think it's one of the most exciting so far, because I'm not alone. I'm being joined by others who are going to be joining me to answer your questions. And I'm just going to give a little bit of the rules for today, and then I'm going to bring them on. So today, we're answering questions. Ask me anything about studying in Canada. You have to wait until it's question time before you start dropping your questions, so that your questions do not get lost in the stream of questions. Number 3 is that you have to subscribe to the channel before you can ask a question or before you can comment. You have to actually like the channel, subscribe to the channel first before you can do any of that, okay? If you got all the rules, please let me know you got it. You're joining from Lagos. Gracious Ugochukwu is joining from Lagos. Kende is joining from where? You didn't say. So many people joining from Lagos. Welcome. It's good evening for Lagos. It's about 7 p.m. there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. So today I'm going to appreciate those of us who were able to join on time. So I'm giving out 2 recharge cards, 1 MTN and 1 Airtel, 500 Naira each. So it's fastest fingers first. I'm also going to be giving 2 recharge cards at the end for Glow and 9 Mobile. So it's the fastest fingers that will get it first. So let's start with the MTN. So this is the MTN. Oh God, I'm so nervous. Okay, it's MTN. So the fastest finger to whatever, let me even pin it up. It's running away. So that is an MTN 500 recharge card to reward you for joining on time. Fastest finger to get it, gets it. I'm also going to put one for, let's see. Let's do for Glow, right? Let's do for Glow. So we've done MTN. Let's do for Glow. Okay, so I'm going to type out the recharge card for Glow. The fastest finger will get it, Glow, 500 Naira. So if you got the MTN, please let us know you got it and it worked for you. If you got it, let us know. The Glow is the MTN. Let us know if you got the MTN before I send in the Glow. I did this. Let me put my glasses. Sorry about that. So Adebisi got it and said, I've loaded it. Congratulations, Adebisi. Amazing. So I'm going to send the one. So this is Glow 500 Naira. Glow 500 Naira. If you get it, let us know you've gotten it. Glow 500 Naira. Let me pin it up. Okay, so this is just to appreciate those of us who joined on time. So next time when a webinar is starting, try and join on time, because you don't know what could be happening or what gifts I could be giving out. People that are following me, I don't what your own recharge cards are. So don't blow. Oh God. Okay, I'm sorry. This is for Nigerians. So I mean, I will do for other countries some other time. I didn't even think of that. So sorry about that. I am so sorry. Don't proceed. Okay, so we're going to go and introduce ourselves to all our speakers today, give them the opportunity to introduce themselves. So these are people like you, people like me, who have already gotten their Canada study visa approved. They are where you are aspiring to be. Yeah, so they are going to introduce themselves, like take 1 or 2 minutes to introduce yourself, one after the other. So we're going to start with Timothy. You're going to unmute yourself and just introduce yourself to the house.
Okay. Good day, everyone. My name is Timothy Johnson. I'm currently in Sudbury, Canada. I'm studying computer system tech, and I came in last year, December, through Japa system route. And it's been so awesome and great. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Timothy. So Aze, God save, you can introduce yourself.
Good evening to you all. Thank you, Father. Thank you for bringing me into your group this evening. My name is God save Eric. So I'm currently in Nigeria, but I've gotten my study permit visa to study in Canada, Alton College, precisely in New Brunswick. So I got to know about Niger to Canada Japa system, channeled by Mrs. Sheyi Obasi. And to tell you, it has been great and it has been good. And that Niger to Canada Japa system is a very good one. And I really appreciate it. I did it myself and it works for me with the help of Sister Sheyi. Thank you all for watching.
Okay, thank you so much, God save. We're moving to Leia. As all of you know Leia now, you have seen Leia's testimonial has been everywhere, like one of the most watched testimonial that we have. Leia, you're famous. So introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. My name is Leia Deboye, and I'm in Sudbury. Currently, I'm in front of Timothy.
So you guys are together. Can you imagine?
We are here together, and we are in the same school, Cambridge College, and that has been a wonderful journey. After several rejection from an agent in Lagos, and I stumbled on Madam Sheyi, though she was my former manager, which I didn't know because I closed my Facebook, I closed online platform, and when I got to know, I did it myself with all our assistants, and here I am. And as I'm talking to you, my family is in Addis Ababa, coming down.
Just on their way. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank God for everything. So thank you. That is me.
You're welcome. So we move over to Chinyere. Chinyere, can you introduce yourself? Do you mind showing us your pretty face? Let's see you now.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Yes, my name is Chinyere Kenodo. I use the Niger to Canada Japa system from day one. I purchased it in July 2022 and used it. I worked with it step by step, and today I have my study permit. I'm going to St. Mary's University, Halifax, Nova Scotia, resuming on the 1st of September. I applied with my family, and my husband got spousal open work permits, my children got study permits. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. So we have heard from these people. So these are some of the few people who were able to join us. And the reason why I brought them on to answer the question, so that you won't just be hearing from only me. It's as if I'm just talking. So these are people like us, people like you who have gotten their study visa approved, and they did it with the help of the Canada Japa system. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Canada Japa system before we come back and we start taking questions. So I'm going to do a little presentation, tell you about this amazing system that they used, show you how you too can use the system, and then we'll come back and we'll answer all those burning questions that you have. How does that sound? Yeah, does that sound good? If it's okay with us, tell me and I'll go on. Does that sound good? Amazing. So guys, we can stop our videos so that I can do the presentation. Where are we? Where are we? Right here. Okay, so here we are. Welcome, 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 everybody. I know I've already welcomed us. Thank you so much for joining us from God knows where. There are people from all over the world. There are so many of you here, and I appreciate you. So before I go on, I want to give a disclaimer that any information that is provided here is of a general nature, is for educational and information purposes. It is not intended as a substitute for professional service. We do not guarantee any outcomes, okay? Please just know that. You need to always contact the IRCC website at canada.ca for updated information about studying in Canada or relocating to Canada. Okay? Amazing. Sorry about that. Why are you not saying it? Oh my God, so sorry about that. Can you see now? By the way. Oh. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Okay. I think they can see it now. Oh my God. If you can see my screen, please let me know.
Yeah, we can see your screen now. It's perfect.
You can see perfect, yeah.
All right. But they can't see it on YouTube. Why? Oh, they can now.
It's on YouTube now. It's on YouTube now. It's fine.
Okay, okay. Amazing. Okay, guys, I'm sorry for that break in transmission. So welcome once more, everybody that is here. So a little bit of disclaimer to just let us know that this is for general purposes. I'm just educating you and informing you this is not immigration advice. So if you wanted immigration advice, you need to seek specific advice from the IRCC website. So the question you're probably asking yourself is, does it work? Because I'm sure you've heard so many people talk about relocation to Canada. You've seen it all over the place, yeah? But does it work? Especially the Japa system that these people use to relocate to Canada. And you're asking yourself, can I relocate to Canada as well? And I'm not going to just toot my horn. I'm going to show you some recent testimonials that we have. So very recent. So if you look at the one on the right, you see 4 visa approvals there. The person said, kindly see below the approvals of my family of 4. So she, her husband, and her 2 kids got their study visa approved. and this was just on August 1st. If you look at the left, that one is on August 1st as well. This good news came for 4 of them, that this is another family of 4 who got their study visa approved. This one is from July 31st. This one is someone who said, good day, my visa has been approved. On the right, new month, great news, my children's approval. So these ones are not even themselves. This is their family, for people who keep thinking they cannot relocate with their family. On the left again, this is July 31st. This person even submitted June 22nd. So a little over a month, they got their study visa approved. On the right, this person was just approved August 3rd, probably 2 days ago. This is another set of approvals, July 25th. This one was July 25th as well. It goes on and on and on and on and on. I don't want to bore you with so many approvals. We have a lot of testimonials. So you're wondering, how did these people do it? Number one is that they had a Canada dream. You know how you have that itch that you want to relocate to this Canada. Canada is your dream country. I've heard a lot of people say it. So these people had a Canada dream and they refused to give up despite the challenges that they had. And I'm telling you, they had challenges. We're going to hear from some of the people who have with us the challenges that they had. They sought for help. They sought for guidance. They followed the help and the guidance that they got, and they invested time. They invested money. They didn't say, I cannot spend for this. And they prayed. They also invested spiritually. Then they are like you and me. They did not look for an agent that will do it for me. Do you understand? These people were ready to do it yourself. And if you listen, when they were introducing themselves, they said, I did it myself with guidance from Sheyi and with guidance from the Canada Japa system. And they have created a new story in their family lineage. You can imagine. I mean, when my great-grandchildren are talking about how they became Canada citizens, they will call my name. They will say, great-grandma Sheyi. Great-grandma Sheyi Obasi was the one who came to Canada. My great-grandmother was an immigrant. So my story is going to continue from generation to generation because I took the leap. I had faith and I went after my Canada dream. So the question is, I'm asking you is, what about you? What about you? Do you have a strong why? Do you have a why? Do you have something that's pushing you? Do you have that Canada dream that you want to pursue, that you're not just going to give up, you know, on yourself or on your family? And you might be asking, what is the way forward? I'm going to tell you the way forward. And I know that some of you have already heard about it. But for those of you who haven't heard, the way forward is for you to actually get guidance. And the guidance that I'm introducing to you is a simple step-by-step guide to become a Canada permanent resident by studying in Canada. Studying in Canada is not just coming to study. It's going to help you become a permanent resident. I came to Canada to study, but I'm a permanent resident today. And it's not just me. My entire family are permanent residents just because I chose to come here to study. And this step-by-step guide is easier than you thought possible. I know some of you are thinking it's impossible, it's too hard. It's not too hard. So what is in this system is a simplified step-by-step guide. It's comprehensive, it's detailed. It has video and PDF training guide, and it covers all the 5 steps of relocating to Canada. I'm not going to talk about those steps today, but it covers all of them. And there are practical steps, easy to follow, that you can follow. When it comes to searching for schools, which is the first step, we have simple, easy to use guides. We have school search tools. We now have a tool called Ask Jenny that you can tell Jenny, I did BSc, what can I do? And Jenny will tell you. So we have all those tools to guide you. We show you how you can access scholarship, funding, and loans, because to come to Canada to study, you have to pay tuition, yeah? But of course, there are, all these amenities and all these resources that are available for you to access loans or to access scholarship and funding, and we show you how. There's a testimonial on the right of the screen of someone who got scholarship. She said, I got scholarship also with my brother, and she's saying thank you, and with the help of the Canada Japa system. And then we move to the meats in the process, which is the visa. So visa processing is so critical, because if you make a mistake with visa, then even though you have admission, you're definitely not coming to Canada. So the Canada Japa system shows you the documents that you can submit that will get you approved, guidance on how to submit these documents, and how your family can join you. You don't want to be here without your family, yeah? So we show you how your family can join you, and we give you all these templates that you can model. People use our free templates, adjust it for their own self, and they use it to get visa approved. Do you understand? These templates, we're not selling them. It's free for you inside the Canada Japa system. And these are templates that people have used. They are winning templates. They are templates that have gotten visa, and you can use them too. So I'm not going to tell you that the Canada Japa system works. It works, except you live under the rock and you have not heard. It works, even for people that are applying for the second, third, or even the fourth time after they've been refused. So I know beyond a doubt that it works. It works. Some of us have paid agents huge sums of money and we didn't get anything. Do you understand? There are lots of us who have been scammed by agents who have told us sweet, sweet stories, and they've run away with their monies. They've taken 200, 500, 600, and we've given them. But the Canada Japa system is nowhere near that price. You can imagine getting all of this guidance for a fraction, a very small fraction of the money that you would have used, to give an agent. So even if we were to even price it at that 200,000, you will still be getting a great deal, more than you will get from just using any by the road quack agent, that probably doesn't know what they are doing. If you use an agent that knows what they are doing, that's fine, but you will still pay a lot of money for it. So, but I've decided that I want to reward those who boldly and immediately want to act, because those are the kinds of people that I want to work with. People who have, like I said, that dream that Canada is my dream home. Just say with your mouth, you have to actually show by action that it's actually your dream home. So if you sign up now, and within the next 48 hours, so instead of 200,000, which is a great price, you're going to have access to it for just 50,000. And this 50,000 is today. We all know how the economy is going. I mean, even Canadian dollars that was at 300 and something is at 6. So it's like double. Someone called me just before I started this webinar and asking me if I wanted CAD, Canadian dollars. It was 690 naira. Do you understand? So the prices of things are going up. Who knows whether the price of the Canada Japa system will go up? So, and we have limited spaces for each month. Even though the month is just beginning, this morning we had several people who had purchased. So if you're not able to get in this month, we might have to shift you till next month. So we have some amazing bonuses that you also get. How to get a job and accommodation in Canada. People ask these questions like every single day. How do I get accommodation? Because you're coming to a new country, you don't know where you're going to stay when you get here. We have a guide for that, and also a guide on how you're going to get your first job, because as a student, you can work for 20 hours a week. If you got your study visa before October of 2022, you can work after October of 2022, you can work for 20 hours a week, and that job can help you to pay your accommodation and all your living expenses, okay? We also have this guide, important checklist. So 12 things you need to start studying in Canada. People are always asking, how do I start? What do I need? So this solves that problem for you. The 12 things you need to have on ground before you start studying. And then beautifully, we have a database of schools with so many programs for international students. So in addition to the search tools that we have, we also have a database of different schools. So you can just check, does this school have my program? And these are not so popular schools that might have the programs you want. And you're looking for people, but people don't really know them. So those schools are in the Japa system. You can browse them. And then this one is a big one. We provide free reviews of your CVs, your SOPs, your emails, professors. We're gonna review them for you for free. It's not an endless free, but when you have done it, you can send it to us. We highlight the appropriate corrections you need to make, and you make those corrections. I'm telling you, people have used that to get their visas approved. They didn't have to pay any extra money for SOPs. Then we have professional services. We're also an agency. So there are people who, despite whatever you say, they can't do it on their own. They don't have the time and they have the money to pay. If that's something that interests you, we also provide those services. We can do all the process for you, admission up onto visa. So you get the Canada Japa system and all these bonuses, and you get them for just 50,000. You also have access to me and my team. We have a support email or you can send questions. We're there, we answer. You cannot stay more than, I don't know, 12 hours before you, at the most, before you get a response from us. And these are professional people who are responding to you, including my humble self, okay? So like I said before, I only work with people who are in that success state of mind, because I'm telling you, this process requires someone who has that state of mind. There are times when you'll be depressed. There are times when you want to give up. There are times when you wonder if it will work. And these are the times when you need to keep pushing. So if that is the kind of person that you are, and this is really your dream country, like I've seen you people saying in the chat, Canada is my dream country. Canada is my dream country. So you have to make a move. So a year from now, you may wish you have started today. So whether you do something or not, 1 year will still pass. Yeah, in 1 year's time, what is going to be your story? What are you going to be saying? You want to get to Canada, you're going to have to take your hands out of your pocket and start doing something. Yeah, and start by getting Japa system, start working on your plans. Remember your why. I told you that my great-grandchildren will remember my name. They wanted to forget, they can't, because we are telling the story of my family, of how we were Nigerians living in Nigeria and now in Canada. So we said, to Canada, grandma. Somebody will tell them about Sheyi Obasi, up to the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th generation. So you want to keep that at the back of your mind, and that will help you to not give up on this wonderful Canada dream that you have. So if you want to get the Japa system, you can make a purchase by contacting the affiliates who invited you. Someone invited you to this webinar. Someone sent you this YouTube link. Go back to them and say, you know what? I am ready to make my purchase now. Tell me how to make the purchase, and they will tell you how to do that. Okay? So this is all I have for today. I'm going to come back, and then we're going to start talking about start taking your questions, because I know you have plenty of questions. Your questions are all over the place. So you can put in your questions in the chat. But before we take your questions, we're going to come back to our panel. And we'll start by maybe hearing the story of one of us. Is there any one of us that we have amazing stories? I've had interviews with Timothy Johnson. So if you check in this channel, you see the interview I had with Timothy Johnson. I've had an interview with Leah as well, where they've told their story. Leah had been denied twice before he came to me. Already had been denied twice, and when I heard the story, I was like, oh my God, I wasn't happy about it. But anyway, thank God that his story has changed. So which one of us wants to start? I want someone to just tell us a bit about your story, the challenges you encountered and how you overcame them, and then I'll go back and take questions from the from YouTube. Okay, from the chats. Who wants to start?
Okay.
Timothy, okay, great.
Madam Sheyi.
Yeah.
Actually, I will start by saying few people contacted me via my Facebook link. Those that have access to me, that saw my testimony, contacted me and were like, how did you do it? Is this the Japa system true? Even after seeing the video, the testimony, and I told them that if you know me, you don't need to ask me that question again, if it is real or not. And few of them have been able to purchase it. But one thing I will only advise people before I will ask few questions is this. It depends on your purpose and your dream that will take you to where you are.
Sure.
Coming to Canada is a bit easy now than when we are trying to come.
Sure.
Because I can remember then the access for loan and all those other access weren't there then. You just have to have your money, pay probably half of your school fees before you'll be given visa and all sort of a thing. But things has been a bit soft now. There's a bit soft landing for people to come to Canada. But one advice I would tell people is this: don't ever think you can't do it yourself. All other agencies that will come to you, tell you that, you know what, this, just forget all those things. I wrote my SOP myself. I wrote my LOA myself. The only thing I did was bought the Sheyi Japa system book. I read it. And like I said in my interview then, the only challenges we have in Nigeria is we don't want to read. You want to go to school, but we don't want to read. That's the truth. But if you can sit down, go through the Japa system very well, you will know that you don't even need to call Sheyi or call anybody. It is so explanatory and so detailed that even you can start doing it for as in for your family yourself. That okay, look at what I've gotten, look at what I know now. I can do it for you people, I can do it for my friends. And the book is so detailed that you can do it yourself. So which is what I did myself, and yeah, I'm here today. And the truth I'll tell everyone is, before I forget this, if you come to Canada, don't rush to look for work. I just want to chip in this to you. Don't rush to look for work. I told Leye when he came then, it's just, as in, I told you when he came that, Leye, come, calm down. You will get a job and you get tired of the job.
You get tired of the offers, yeah.
Yeah, the first month, said Timothy, I'm looking for work. Guy, calm down. The second month, calm down. The third month, I think that second week in third month, he got 2 offers first. He started choosing, which one will I go for? I said, can you see now? There is a logic to this land that I've noticed from people that came. The first, second month, you might not get job, but from the third, fourth, and co, you'll be the one telling yourself that, come, where should I even start from? As in which work do you want me to do? That's the truth. So it's like you investing. You invest in you coming to Canada. So just see it as if, okay, I'm investing so money for me to come to Canada and make my money back. And make more of it for my future generations and for my family and, for everybody. I was just telling him now that converting how much I make per week now to Nigerian currency is like 1.something million per week. I'm like, come, guys. So I didn't even know that this money is this much. So you understand? And after them that, okay, now I pay my school fees from the money I make here monthly. I pay my school fees. I paid my rent. I have savings. I have this. I have that. I said, but I never knew that those things will come to reality. I just pick it up. Some companies have called me that, come, can you work with us? I said, no, I'm not working for anybody again. You guys just leave me, let me rest. So it is your determination and your desire that will take you to where you are going to. Just forget about, is it real or is it not real? This thing is real. I will beat my chest and I can use my last book to tell you that it is real. Get the book, read it, sit down with it. Any question you need, contact Sheyi, read everything, digest it, and that is all you need. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Timothy. I so appreciate that. I so appreciate it, and I know that your interview with me was so powerful. Thank you so much. So I'll take a few questions and I'll pin them up as I'm answering them. And then I'll also call on us to also answer. So somebody saying, what are the things I need to get before starting the process? What are the things I need to get before starting the process? Is there any one of us that can offer an answer to this? The things I need to get. Well, it's sort of a tricky question. I think personally, yes, I think what you want to answer, good. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I think the first thing someone needs to get, if you really have the dream of going to Canada, first thing is a document, which is a passport first, because definitely before you can make your way out of the country, you need to get your passport. That's the first thing to begin with. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Very, very important. If you don't have an international passport, you can't go anywhere, even if you have. Are you still talking? That's all right.
Yes.
Okay. So without an international passport, you cannot move forward. And don't forget that I talked about a checklist. 12 things you must do / have in order to relocate to Canada. So if you get the Japa system, that booklet is going to give you the 12 things that you need before you start your process. So moving on to the next question. Someone says, I'm going to pin it up. If I use Empower loan, do we still need another proof of funds to get Canada study visa if I use the Japa system? So the Japa system also works in line with the Canada system. So Japa system is not a different system. If you have Empower loan, recently Empower has declared that their loan, when it comes to Canada, is only for tuition. I've seen them write several letters. So if you have Empower loan, you also need to get the have proof of funds for your living expenses for yourself and your family members. So Empower loan will not cover proof of funds for your family member or for yourself. You have to actually get proof of funds for yourself. I'm going to put this question. I'm going to ask somebody to answer. This person said, "Is Tare Legbe with 200K? Am I good to go?" To answer this question,
Please.
200K million.
I didn't get the question.
With 200K, am I good to go?
200K for what?
I don't know. Is it passport only? International passport.
If even to get admission from school, you have to pay about 100,000 plus.
I don't know. I don't want to laugh anyway, but really, 200K, even if you wanted to get a visa to even Dubai, I don't think 200K will be enough. And the truth is that this is a project. You are going to another country. It's a first world country. Canada is a first world country. So you need to actually have more than 200K. Yeah. So whoever sent you, if you ask them to send you, if we have a video that talks about how much you need to come to Canada. So get it from them, and then you will have an idea of how much you're going to need. Okay. Someone says, what about those that want to pursue permanent residency and not schooling? I mean, if you heard when I was talking, you must have heard when I said it is not just about studying, it's about permanent residence. Yeah. So we're using studying as a route to permanent residence. I came here to study. I did a master's. I didn't really need it. I already had a master's, but I wanted to use it to get permanent residence. Yeah. If you want to get permanent residence without schooling, you have to go to the express entry or the PNP, not school. Yeah. So one of us can help me answer this question. I don't want to answer it. I don't want to be the one answering. Do you have age limit? So I'm thinking they're saying, does studying in Canada have age limits? Chine, what do you think? Does studying in Canada have age limits?
No, studying in Canada doesn't have age limits.
It doesn't have age limits. So what that means, like I have clients who are 52, 55. I have grandmas who have gotten their Canada visa approved. So you have to have a rationale for coming to study. These grandmas are saying, my children are grown up. You understand? I'm not doing anything. I want to concentrate on my business and I want to take my business global. So I want to learn how to do it. I just gave expo. So that's one way to prove that even though I'm a grandma, I want to study, and they will give you visa so long as you meet all the requirements. This Oluwaseun Akonde, your question is not complete. Oh my goodness. Favor Eyobasi says that I've been refused twice recently, and I'm about to request for GCMS. I'm so depressed. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry. So sorry. That's why I don't like it when people get refused. That refusal can demoralize you. It can make you not even want to try again. It's better. Really, you know that.
Yeah. Please let me just say what. Let me just say what to the person, okay? Anybody in Lagos should know Maflon Consult in Yaba. They are the agency that your agent that I use, and for 2 consecutive times, I was refused. And it got to a level I was even telling the manager that, sorry, I'm not getting the vibe as a professional from you guys. I have the mail that I sent to them. And after that, I withdrew a little. And that's when I met Canada Japa system. And I started the processing. The main goal is your determination to, okay, either fail or success. What's my focus? Because I'm determined. No retreat, no surrender. Though money is involved, everything is involved, but at the end of the day, I'm smiling. I'm where I want to be in Canada, and I'm going higher to somewhere I my goal. So you understand. So if you have been refused twice, I have the same experience. Don't be demoralized. Though I cried anytime I received that message, but I encouraged myself and I stand up. I stood up, put myself together, put all the documents together, did the right thing, and here I am. So please, I know how it feels, but this is just an encouragement. I was in your shoe before too. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Leia. So I was refused too. So
Can I
when
come
Leia
in,
said
please?
he cried, I now remembered how I cried too.
Can I come in,
Oh, my
please?
cry doesn't know mate. I cried though. Okay,
Can I
I
come
know
in?
you were too. Yes, you were refused. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can remember.
I just want to say is to everyone that have that dream of coming to Canada, they just have to just like, despite the refusal, they should just keep on. Like Auntie Shay, you remember I wrote to you that I was refused 6 times.
Yeah.
I've been in pursuit of this Canada visa since 2010. And the funniest thing was that I didn't even know anything about GCM note or something. So until when I got refused like 5 times before I got to know about anything like a GCM note or something. So if you have that dream, just don't give up. Like some of the viewers that have viewed us, they might be thinking maybe this is just a fluke or this is just like a kind of other travel agent that want to scam. This is not a scam. Just try the Japa system and you see this is my study visa with me. This is it. So for people that can see it, that this is not a fluke. So I'm just trying to encourage you now. Like you don't just have to give up. You might get the refuse twice, thrice, but just keep on. As long as you have a goal and you have a dream, definitely you will get it right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I don't know if you people heard this 6 times. 6 times. But somebody keep going after 6 times. It's amazing. I mean, I thumbs up for you. Thumbs up for you. Okay, so the next question, can someone who has a diploma do a top-up for their degree in Canada that will take 2 years, and can that person have scholarship? So this is Sarah. Canada doesn't have a top-up degree per se. I don't know what you mean by top-up. It's in Nigeria that will have that top-up, yeah, to change to a bachelor. So do your top-up in Nigeria or whatever country you are. When you have your degree, then you apply to Canada. That is what I'm going to say. Someone says, can I use NECO results of 6 years to apply for admission? I want to believe so. It doesn't matter how old your NECO result is. I want to believe so. I want to believe so. So let me put this other question up. One of us can take it. It's a long question. Come on. What's wrong? Okay.
Sorry on that to come in. If you are submitting either WAEC or NECO, you are submitting a scratch card along with it because they will verify it directly themselves.
Yes. So you have to submit a scratch card, definitely, so that they can check. So someone is saying if someone has been offered Canadian visa for September, but they want to change school, they want to change school. You're not allowing me to see this thing. They want to change school, but most schools have closed admission to general. What should the person do after arrival in September? Does anybody have experience with that here?
Hello, yeah, that is
Okay.
that is actually possible. The thing is, before you do that, you have to arrive in Canada first. Go to the school that gave you admission. Then you now write to the school that you want to change to another school. So the school will give you an authorization to go to the school you're changing to, and the other details will be done between the both school. But you have to arrive to Canada and go to the school that was giving you, that gave you the admission first, for them to see you, and you give them some details why you want to change to another school. Then that's all.
Yeah, great. So it's possible for that to happen. And this one is a very popular question. Can someone who is not my family be my sponsor? I'm going for an undergraduate program. I'm going to get someone to answer, but one thing I want to pick on, I'm going for an undergraduate course. So if you're going for an undergraduate course, we assume that you are a young person, which means that you have parents, yeah? So when you say someone who is not your family member, why would they sponsor you for 4 years? Do you know how much it's going to cost for? I don't know, Sha, but is there anybody that is willing to answer? Can someone who is not my family member be my sponsor?
I'm sure with 80% that the visa will be denied if the person that is not your family member.
Yeah, not nice.
Because I've
Nice.
seen several people that want to pass through that route, and they told me that the visa were denied. And asked them one question: that if you are to be the immigration officer, and I told you that somebody on my street wanted to sponsor me to Canada, will you believe that person for 4 years, and the person will be paying about $32,000 for you? What's the relationship between you and that person? Is it just free? Is the money that easy to just let it go like that? So is it advisable for a person to be your family member that will sponsor you to go to school? Thank you.
Okay, so I mean, for somebody to sponsor you, the person must be getting something out of it. So if you are not coming back, for example, if I'm not sponsoring you because you're coming back to work for me, if I'm your relative, then I'm getting that family satisfaction that I'm supporting a family member. So what I'm going to say is that if this person is not your family member, you have to have very strong reason for why they are sponsoring you. You have to be able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that this person maybe is your father's friend, or maybe it's your mother's friend, maybe your father's best friend, and he has promised your father that he's going to sponsor whatever, but it's going to be difficult. But I don't believe that anything is impossible, so I think it's doable. Okay, so who hasn't talked here? Somebody should answer this question. Are there schools that accept second class lower? This is such a clear question. Are there schools that accept second class lower?
Even zero, they will accept. Yeah, just have your fund and be able to tell them that okay, you have WAEC or you have NECO.
Nice. There are schools that accept second class lower. Second class lower is the grade that most people have now. Like if you go to a school, divide them into three, 2/3 have second class lower. Most people have second class lower. So colleges will take second class lower for a postgraduate certificate. And there are even some universities that will take second class lower for a master's with some conditions. Yeah. So second class lower, you have a very, very great chance of getting your visa approved. Do I need to send my transcripts to anybody for evaluation before sending it to the preferred school? I doubt it. Did anybody here needed to do evaluation? No, right? You don't need to do any evaluation. Yeah. You just send them your transcript like that. They don't need, there are a few schools I know they're asking for West. I tell people to just ignore those schools. Yeah, well, it's too much. Go to a school that doesn't, and there are so many schools. Yeah. Someone says, are there still schools giving admission for January? Yes, there are. There are. Wow. It's Chioma.
Come to Chioma. They will take you anytime. Don't worry.
So I have a large family. I want to travel with them. Hope it is possible through study permit. Well, what you mean by large family? Oh? But even if you have, like Timothy will say, even if you have 10 children, the most important thing is that, look, you are coming to a new country with your family. Just know that you will rent house. Your family will eat. Do you understand? They will need resources. You have to be able to prove that you can meet their needs. What IRCC is looking for first is, do you have money? Money to take care of your large family. They will not even look at other things. They deny you based on that straight out if you don't have the money for your family. Yeah. I'm going to somebody will have to help me answer this. I've been talking about this thing. Good evening. I want to ask if I can use a microfinance bank for my proof of funds. Has anyone successfully used a microfinance bank for proof of funds?
Capital no.
Capital no. It's a red flag by IRCC.
Okay, so the thing about these microfinance banks is actually people were able to use microfinance bank. Now, number one thing is, what is the purpose of a microfinance bank? Go and find out the purpose. So they are to finance businesses. They don't finance study. Number two is that lately, like 135 microfinance banks got their licenses revoked in Nigeria. So if you want to use any of those 135 banks, you can't. It's not advisable. But I won't come out right and say no. I don't like to do that yes and no thing. Do you understand? So long as you can prove that those funds are your own and you've had it for like 6 months, 4 to 6 months, I think that you can use microfinance banks. I'm not guaranteeing, but I think that you can use it. of us here has an 18-year-old daughter. If I go with my 18-year-old daughter who has finished secondary school as my dependent, will she get study permits? Uchenna is asking for her post-secondary education. So I just need to do a little bit of background. So if you want to apply for study permit, you can apply with your family. Your children who are 18 years and below can go to school for free. Yeah. But once your child crosses 18 years, number one, if you're in Canada before your child gets to 18, or your child gets to 18, they can go to university, but you will pay international student fees. Number two, if your child is not in Canada yet and they are already 18, you cannot add them as a dependent because they are going to university anyway. So they need to apply for their own study visa. So you cannot add her to your application. Sadly, you can't. I'm sorry. So can I relocate with a family of 3 with a PGD program? This one is Leo. They are saying, can I relocate to a family of 3 with a PGD program? So Laia is doing a PGD program in Canada, and his family, which is his wife and his son, like he said, they're on their way to Canada now. So he's a family of 3. And yes, he's coming to Canada with his family, though he came first, and his family is joining him. So he could have applied with them, they could have come after them. So yes, you can relocate with a family of 3. Can I use a joint account with my spouse for proof of funds? Who wants to answer? Can I use a joint account? I think these are really simple things.
Yes.
Definitely. Of course you can.
Automatic.
He's your husband now. You can use, I don't like you use joint account. I can't remember.
The only thing you can do, you can even write a letter of consent letter from either the wife or the husband to support it. That you consented to everything, want to go and do there, or she wants to go and do there, and when the time comes,
so when it comes to husband and wife, or you see, when it comes to husband and wife, or father to child, you know, it's not hard. You and your husband can have the same joint account. It's easy. It's when it's you and your grandmother's sister's cousin. Some people will say she's my grandmother.
Not boyfriend, girlfriend, though.
Not boyfriend, girlfriend, not fiance. This person has to be your wife. So someone says, if I use a loan, let me put this one. It's a good question. If I use a loan, it's from Kelly as tuition. Do I need to explain to the consular, maybe to the visa officer, how I will repay SOP, how I will repay the loan in my SOP?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know people that have been rejected because they didn't explain how they were going to pay back the loan.
In their SOP. Are you sure that's why they were rejected?
Maybe there were other reasons.
Maybe there were other reasons, because I have done a lot of visas. I avoid talking about that repayments because it's so clear how you repay. You repay when you start working now. So how do you know what to have? So I don't think so. Timothy, you want to say something?
Yeah, this thing is dicey. I mean, we get it very, very clear. You are coming to this country to study, and you already have a bunch of loan on your head. So the first question is that, how will you pay this loan if truly you are coming to study? Fine, they will allow you to work, but your primary goal in this country is study. That's why they're giving you study visa first. So if you're telling them that I'll pay a loan back, that means that the school is not your primary purpose for coming. You're coming to work. So
okay, Timothy, if it's Empower loan, sorry to interrupt, if it's Empower loan, you have 10 years or so, 10 years or 15 years or so to pay back. And Empower will not start taking their money back until after you graduate or so. I mean, they give you some time. They give you some time to start paying back, and you pay back monthly. So so it's a long-term loan. You don't have to pay so much. So everybody knows that you pay back the loan. It's a loan, but if you don't have an explanation, I don't think you should worry too much about that in your SOP, personally. Yeah. So I am in Ghana. How can I get the Japa booklet? Go and meet whoever sent you here. They will tell you how to get it. Some questions I don't understand. Someone says, talk about, I'm going to open this to the floor here. Someone says, talk about how to build your proof of funds. This is Prince Boateng. I believe you're Ghanaian. Talk about how you will build your proof of funds. Leia, you want to help us? I know you were building proof of funds. Yeah, you use sponsor. I can remember where. Somebody was asking, can I use my uncle as for proof of funds? Leia used his uncle, I think.
Yes.
So you can use uncle.
You can use, but however, there must be a connection between you and your sponsor.
Yeah.
Either how many years, picture you snap together, maybe where it's working, or something connected that they will see. I have some pictures and everything, and he transfer money from his account as a deposit of part of the school fees is committed to my own account before I applied.
Yes.
So the money was there in my account, and they see the link, they see the transfer reference that is part of the support he granted to me for my study. So you can use sponsor, but you have those are the things you need. And the letter to say, okay, he's sponsoring you, and if he has a business, maybe it's advocate of business to show that yes, he has enough. Then he will send you the statement of account. He might not give it to you, he can send it to the embassy directly. He sent it to the embassy directly and just gave me my statement or whatever. That's all. So it's possible, but there must be a connection.
There must be.
That's the main thing. There must be a connection to say, okay,
you must prove your relationship to them. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody wants to tell us how you can build your proof of funds? Is there any practical way for someone to build proof of funds over time before they submit their application?
Well, for me, I built it over 2 years before I applied.
Wow.
They could see inflows from me and from my husband into the account, and assets that we sold. There were traces and evidence that we sold this. We also have a corporate account company account where inflows were coming to. They could see inflows, outflows. The account was very active for 2 years before we applied.
Okay. Okay, I mean, I'm so excited when you said 2 years, because I have some people said it's me that did the admission. After they got admission, they will now say, how do I now start with proof of funds? I'm like, what? You have started. You should have started proof of funds immediately you started admission or before. Just like Chinyere, I started building my proof of funds. I had collected the money from my sister, collected the money and put the money before I needed it. So it was already showing in my account that I had this money from inception. I don't have to explain anything about where the money is coming from. You heard Chinyere also said they sold assets. You can sell assets. You can sell your land. You can sell a house. You can sell a car. You can even sell without selling. I don't want to teach you people about things. You can sell without selling and say that you sold, but you didn't sell. I don't know if it's on this call, but I don't teach people about things, but you can build it over time. You can borrow money and put in the account. You can sell something. You can also build it from your savings over time. Okay. I think that's it. So can someone who has a master's degree already from Nigeria apply to study a postgraduate diploma at colleges in Canada and be granted visa? Okay, so there's no one cap fits all for this thing, though. Do you understand? Somebody can even tell you, because these RCC people, I don't know. Sometimes you say it will work, it will work. Sometimes you say it will work, it will work. These people, I don't know. Timothy, you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something. When coming to Canada, I would advise that the way it is now, look for, if you can really afford it, look for a 2 years program. 1 year. I have my master's in Nigeria. I came back here to do advanced diploma for 2 years course. But and my main purpose is because after I read the Japa system, I noticed that after 2 years, and I was able to do work for 1 year, it gave me easy access to apply for my permanent residence. But if I'm doing a 1 year program, another 1 year again, there's always a stress in between. Before I'll be able to okay, let me get some fund again to pay part of the school fees for the next course again I want to do. And again, it will make you a bit stable within that period of time. So I have to choose a 2 years course whereby I got 3 years visa and 3 years work permit. And that make me very, very stable. So it's not about you saying you have a master's in Nigeria or this. Look for a course that will favor you very well in Canada. That's just the truth. If you get a course that favor you very well, you will have a soft landing portion here. That's just it.
And I think that if you did a master's degree and you're asking if you can apply for a postgraduate diploma, when you're talking about hierarchy of programs, a postgraduate diploma and a master's degree are both postgraduate programs. So I think you can apply for a postgraduate diploma despite the fact that you have a master's. I think you can. So this one is a popular question, which I'm sure the person knows the answer. Oludayo Jayola, can I get direct masters with HND in Canada? Does anybody know the answer? Can I get direct masters with HND in Canada? So Canada, they are really strict on what you can use to get a master's degree, and it's a 4-year bachelor's degree in Canada. So if you have the HND, it doesn't matter what you have stacked on top of your HND, even if you have stacked PGD, master's, by law and by the school requirements, you need a 4-year master's degree and a 4-year bachelor's degree. But you can easily contact the school and tell them, I have a HND, but I have master's, or I have graduate diploma. Please give me admission. And the school will consider you on a person-by-person basis. But when it comes to requirements, no. You need a 4-year undergraduate program. Okay, so there are some questions I will jump because they're just asking the things that people have asked before. Okay, so that's exactly what we talked about. Michael is asking, how do we prove that huge amount of proof in our account for visa application? I think we talked about it when we were talking about here. You have to say where the money is coming from now. You have to prove it with documents. So how do you prove it is with documents? Some questions are too funny. Okay, so maybe who has not talked here now? Somebody should help us answer this question. Is GMAT compulsory for graduate programs? GMAT. Did any of us here do GMAT program? Everybody here is doing a graduate program. Did anybody here do GMAT?
No, I didn't do GMAT, although the school requires GMAT, but they waived it for me.
So GMAT is not compulsory. Is that word you use? Compulsory. Tracy Williams. GMAT is not compulsory for graduate programs. However, if you want to do an MBA, they might require a GMAT. By the way, MBA is a hot program in Canada. They are carrying them like eggs. So if you can do MBA, do it. But MBA requires GMAT in most schools, but it's not. GMAT is not compulsory for graduate programs. Timothy just talked about this one now. Let me put this question. Someone is saying, who is this person? This is Ibrahim. How true is it? I was told a 1-year course isn't enough to get permanent residence. Preferably a 2-year program will be better. That's what Timothy just talked about now. A 2-year program is always better because a 2-year program gives you 3 years postgraduate work permits. And let me tell you something. I did a 2-year program. I got my postgraduate work permit in June, and I applied for permanent residence in November of the same year. I didn't even need that there 3 years. The same year, so June, July, August, September, I applied for permanent residence 5 months after I finished my program. So I was ready for them. So I didn't need it. I didn't need that 2 years. But some people need the 3 years, do you understand? And yes, so it's better to get a 2-year program. But I always tell people, don't be hung up on that. If you get 1 year, come. Stop. If you don't get 2 years, use the 1 year. Yeah, inside here, you must get permanent residence. You're already here. You don't have choice. You will get it. If you're asking about jobs, we are not going to answer that question because we're talking about studying. We're talking about studying. Okay, I think Timothy has already answered this question. Can I change my DLI and province when I arrive in Canada? Timothy, you've already answered this question. So go and watch the replay. You would see that. So someone says, Kate, Joel, and my family have been refused UK visa. Will that have any effect on us? Hope it will not affect, will not be refused Canada visa. God said, were you refused UK visa? No, you were not, right?
I thought it was my younger brother. No.
Okay.
My younger brother,
Yeah.
He was refused Canada vote. He was trying to apply again.
Okay, was your brother. So It doesn't, is anybody here that has been refused visa to any country, whether it's UK or whether it's USA or whether it's Australia?
I was refused twice.
You were refused which one?
USA twice.
USA. That USA, yeah, no correct. Anyway.
I've used Sweden visa before once. Schengen visa. Yeah.
Schengen, and you are in Canada. So the reason why I'm asking is to prove to this person that even though you've been refused UK visa, it doesn't matter. I've been refused US, I've been refused UK, I've been refused Australia. I've been refused all of them, and I'm still in Canada. So it doesn't affect. But the thing is that tell the truth, though, when they ask you in the form, have you been refused entry or refused visa to any country? Just write it there for them. It doesn't affect anything. Yeah, Timothy.
Yeah, please. Also, from what you just said, that tell them the truth. During my own documentation, I wrote that I worked before in UAE as a system and network administrator for a company in Ajman, not knowing that they will actually contact the company to verify.
Oh, are you serious?
Because when I got to Canada here, I was on Facebook then, and I saw my CEO now sending a message, Timothy, how was your Canada trip? I said, how did this man know that I'm in Canada? And I said, Canada Immigration contacted me, and I told them about you, that you were a very good person. So I was like, wow, I never knew this. I put in my resume that I worked with you before for 2.5 years in UAE. He said, no, that they sent him an email, that you reply the email to them for them to verify that truly when I was there, how did I spend my time with him there and everything. So we should just be careful with the items we add together in our resume. Yeah.
It's so true. And then I want to say something. When you're applying for permanent residence, I did it though, because I had information, but you know, I don't want to. When I was applying for permanent residence, I went to my LinkedIn and I arranged it. I arranged it to suit what is in my CV, because these people, they can check your LinkedIn, they can check your social media. I was behaving myself on social media until I got permanent residence. Just on my LinkedIn, I just say I studied and everything I did, just stand. So you want to be very careful, like you said, you don't know who they will contact. I'm telling you, I've seen someone, for stories are many. It was from their LinkedIn, they got the information that they used to refuse them in their LinkedIn. So, so someone says, I have been banned in Canada for I've been banned in Canada for visiting. Can I still apply after the ban? So if you have been banned in Canada and your ban is over, I can be your daily or something. I can be. If you have been banned and your ban is over, you can apply. Yes. So you were only banned for maybe 5 years. You can apply, but your credibility is still at stake. So when you're applying, beg them, tell them they are very sorry for whatever you did that made you get banned. Okay. So can I relocate with my 11-year-old daughter as a legally separated woman with the Japa system? Does anybody want to try to answer that? I think it's a simple one. Ofure Omije is asking.
Yes, you can.
Definitely you can. It's your daughter now.
Daughter
if you're
now,
legally separated,
the birth certificate, the marriage certificate, everything is there to show that, yes, it's your daughter, but this reason. The only thing, you might get a consent letter from the husband.
Exactly. That one is so
fine. I authorize her to take her along. Simple as ABC. That's all.
Yeah, so you have to get a letter from the spouse, whether you are separated or not. Yeah. That spouse is the other parent. They have to allow you to travel with her. Do you understand? If you don't get that letter from the spouse, I don't know, it might not be possible. Spousal consent. Even if you are even if you live together, if I have to travel with my children, even if I'm not separated, my husband has to write a letter and say, I allow her. Do you understand? That is the process. And then someone says, who is this Prince Owusu? I have a diploma, a first degree in electrical engineering. Oh God, this is not the question I wanted to answer. My WASC is poor. Will I get a chance? If you meet the requirements, you will get a chance. So that wasn't even what I wanted to put up. So this is Abimbola Abiodun. I'm a graduate of electrical electronics engineering. I put up that question. I want to come for an MBA. Is that not a kind of deviation from my career? Those kind of questions. So an MBA is a general program. It's a one cap fits all. So if you're a management staff and you're an engineer, you can do an MBA. I believe so. I mean, what does everybody? I think that he can do an MBA is not a deviation. But if you want to, you can, yes. And MBA is all commerce. Anybody can do MBA. I think it's fine. So let me put this up. If my sponsor is a permanent resident of another country different from the applicant's country, will the sponsor need to provide an evidence of permanent residence? Anybody wants to answer? I think so. Do you understand? So if you are saying, if I'm saying my uncle is sponsoring me and my uncle he has a green card in the United States, I have to show it now. That's where they are there legally. Yeah. This we have already answered this question. I'll just put it up to just let you know we have answered it. Ife Dayo Oyedele, can 1 year program plus another 1 year program give me 3 year post-graduation work permits? Yes. Yes, it can. Yeah. So long as you study for more than 1 year, you will get there. Okay. Not seeing any more questions so that I want to answer, because there are some questions I will not answer. Someone says, I have MSc in accounting. Why am I not seeing the questions here? MSc in accounting. Is there any university in Canada that one is too specific? Yes. So someone says, this is such an interesting question. I can't see it here, but I can see it on this thing saying, does a husband have more chance than the wife, or does a wife have more chance than the husband when it comes to this application?
Everybody has a chance.
Wife or a husband has more chance.
Everybody has a chance. But based on experience, I will prefer the husband go first if they both have the mind. Because coming together as one or coming as the wife, as a lady with the children is not easy. Let's face reality. Because here, you don't just keep your children anyhow. Even at 8 to 10, if you are driving a car here, you still need this car seat for the kids. So it's not like they follow safety more than anything. So if both are coming or both are willing, let the husband come first. Gain the grant, then within 3-4 months, you can apply for the family to come and join. They've opened the road for students to reunite with their family.
Yeah, but do you think that
I don't agree
that the woman has more advantage? Because there are some couples that call me too and they ask me, do you think she'll go? I think they should be asking me, but well, they ask me,
based
between
on
my wife and myself.
I think it's for me, both as it depend on which province, which courses, or I don't know, because the advantage you are talking in terms of work or what or visa application. Once you package your document,
in terms of visa,
once you package your document, either the husband or the wife, it's the same process. It's your explanation that will now determine who gets the visa. That's all.
Exactly.
I beg to disagree with you. Well, okay. I feel the wife has a bigger, better advantage. Because for me, I did the application and I did it for all of us. I'm going with, I think fronting your children for me, you know, Canada is a family-friendly country from what I've heard from people. So I think that women, from my experience though, get it faster than men. I don't know how true it is, but from my experience and from the experience of some friends around me, I have a friend that she has 2 children. One is 3 years, the other one is a year plus, and she's going first. She was the one that applied. In her letter, she said she's going with her family, and she was granted a visa. Me, the same. Although my children are 13 and 9, but I think we stand a better chance than the men. Yeah.
I think, and this is just my personal opinion, I think that if a mother is applying with her children, she has a better chance if it's a father applying with the children. I think so. That's number one. Because how will the man take care of children?
Yeah.
That's number one. And then number two, if you're a family, I think that both of them should assess, because I talked to a family recently, assess like who is earning more or who can support or who can take the stress. I think that families should make that decision. But Canada may have a soft spot for women. They may have, but I'm not putting it that there as yeah. But I think there's a soft spot for women. Yeah. Someone says, can someone who is 40 years of age be sponsored? Can someone who is 40 years of age be sponsored? What do you guys think?
Anybody can be sponsored. It really depends on who is sponsoring who. If your wife is sponsoring the husband, fine. It does depend on who is sponsoring who.
And wife sponsoring is not sponsoring, as far as I'm concerned. Husband and wife, they are one. My husband's money is my money. Do you understand? So I can use this money. It's just for him to tell me I can use it. But I think what they're asking is, I'm 40, and my uncle, who is my mother's sister's cousin's brother. Sometimes we say uncle. By the time you go deep, you hear that it's my grandmother's. But the relationship is long. So if you're 40 and by 40, you should have a job. Normally, or a business, you should have a means of livelihood. I think that if you're 40, you should be able to produce some money. You should be able to have your own proof of funds, and you can be supported by someone. Do you understand? But it will be somehow if somebody is sponsoring you completely and you're 40 years old. I don't know if I'm a visa officer, I'll find it somehow. But I don't know the mind of visa, but it's preferably you have your own money rather than, getting someone to sponsor you. People think about study gap. There's so many questions about study gap, so let's just answer it. With a study gap of more than 10 years, will it be a barrier to getting my study permit? Sunday is asking. Sunday, I am looking. What do you think? Study gap. Who had study gap here?
Study gap is not a barrier. Just prove that it's what build your experience on the field. That is all you need.
So I have a study gap of 9 years.
I left
when
school.
I came to study.
Okay,
9 years.
2007. 2007. I served 2008. So and I just applied again now for advanced diploma. All I only proved to them was that I've been working on that same field since 2008 till date. I've traveled out of country to work on that same field, back to my country again. And why I'm coming to Canada is because I want to advance on my knowledge on the field. And they gave it to me. So,
yeah. So the study gap is not a problem. So there are some people that just look for any excuse. Okay, we have told you study gap is not an excuse. You can actually come to study whether you are a study gap or you have a study gap or not. So let me just move to some of us and let's talk about challenges. Laia was refused twice. So Laia, spotlight on you. And I know there are some people that are scared. They think that I can't do this thing. No. This thing is, I'm telling you, some people have been so conditioned, they are so scared that they can't. I recently had a couple who were approved. And when they were approved, in fact, they called me and they couldn't believe it because they would call me every step. They want to write SOP, they will come, we'll talk about it. They want to do that kind of thing because she had been told that she can't do it on her own. It was a lady that got masters. She had been told she can't do it on her own, but they did it on their own. So tell us some of the challenges that you had and how you were able to overcome it so that people can be able to learn something from your experience while we wait for more questions.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I think some of the challenges I have is the agent that handled the application. Okay. I think when I told my uncle, the first question he asked me, he said, "Where is the agent?" I said, "It's in Nigeria." He said, "Why are you wasting your time now? If the agent know what is this, supposed to be in Canada." That's first thing he told me. And
nice.
like I said earlier, towards the end of second review, sir, I felt some things in me that these people are not communicating. I have the mail here. I sent the mail to their manager, to their overall boss, that I'm not getting the vibe as a professional from what you are giving to me. I will be chasing you for information. I will be doing to send something to you or this and that and that. And this is something I paid for. Okay. Even the SOP they wrote for me, it's not up to one page. I still have everything. So those are and then the major challenges I have. Let me see these major challenges. It's just on that area. They are not giving what necessary as a professional. They are not giving what necessary. On other things, I have all the documents. Actually, I've been planning this for over 10 years. I have all my forms filled off since 2005, everything is on my system. So when the time comes, I just put it together, my transcript. I had challenges on the transcript, but on the application and everything, I gave them everything they need, but they are not handling it as a professional. And the first thing he told me, he said, "Leye, are you ready to read?" That's first question. And he said something, which in the just 4 months I'm in Canada, or 5 months, some people that contacted me have noticed that the question she asked me is actually a valid question. He said, if you put money, dollar, inside the book for Nigerians, for the next 5 years, they will not see it. Which is true. There's a couple that contacted me a few weeks ago, which I chatted that up. They want to do direct express. I've given them study, direct express, everything, and they are still asking if she can do it for them. They don't want to just participate in anything. So those are the challenges people face. All right. So it wasn't a challenge to me, and through the process, though the trauma was there first time, second time, because I nearly resigned before the refusal came.
For the second,
I was online for 4th semester, first block in January last year to March. I completed my first block online and everything, and it was fun. It's not much. There's not much, but to me, using agents is not really ideal. Let me just say it. As long as there is this platform concern, using agents is not ideal. You can do it yourself. Yeah. Don't look at outside. We are just lazy. That's all.
We are actually lazy. And I admit that it's not easy. People are busy, but then we are using an agent. Be sure of that agent anyway. Let's have a reference that somebody else has used them. Don't just go and pick someone because they are cheap. Some people would take the agent because the agent is cheap, and they might not know what they are doing. Who is this person? These names I can't pronounce, sorry. So I have to undergo embassy interview for study routes? No, right? Did anybody here do interview? No.
Canada I didn't do interview.
Maybe my
Canada doesn't do interview, no. So there's no interview. Just submit your documents. That's all. Tell your story in your documents. Nobody's going to call you for interview. I'm just trying to see. So we talked about study gap. There's a lot of questions about study gap here, but we also talked about study gap now.
Sorry, man. Let me come in on that study gap. Okay. If you have study gap, it's not an issue. As long as you have work experience during those periods. That's what me and Timothy were just discussing here. Somebody read Yoruba in school and is working as a marketer and wanted to come and study. Fine. I did computer science for my HND. But before I completed that HND, I was with Madam Sheyi in Unilever. We are dealing with sales, selling and buying, homo, loss, close up, everything. So my CV is on that route. That this is my work experience. And based on my work experience, I'm applying for this so course. And this is why I'm coming, just to develop myself, so I can even push my own business up in that line. So my computer science is not even coming in at all for now. My job experience within that study gap is what brought me here. So study gap is not a problem as long as you have a work experience on ground. Thank you.
It's not a problem. And then the world is changing. Things are changing. Technology is changing things. AI. You want to come and learn now. You want to get updated knowledge that can help your career and your business. So it's not a problem. I want to pin up this question by Kike Lomo. I was denied study visa recently because my cousin that filled the form wrote that I've been refused wrote that I have never been refused visa, even I was refused visa last year. My refusal letter stated that I lied. In fact, if they only refused you, you are even good. They should ban you. They may have banned you, just like if you were unlucky. Don't ever lie. And it keeps, don't ever even lie on your CV. And Timothy that said they called the company. If you like that you work in Unilever and you were the sales manager and you did not work there and they called them, you are in trouble. Just don't lie on your CV. Don't lie on your form. If you have been denied US visa 10 times, write it there. It doesn't matter. If you have been denied Canada visa, write it there. It does. So stop lying. I mean, you're even lucky that you were not banned. Hey, in fact, let me ask this question because Naya's family is coming. So look at this question. Will I be able to sustain my needs with my 3 kids with my take-home pay? Hey, this money issue. Will I be able to sustain my, because some people, the truth is some people are coming to Canada with no money. They borrowed the money that they use as proof of funds and they want to come with their children and you don't have money. Please pity those children. I'm telling you, if you're coming alone and you don't have money, nobody cares. Do you understand? You can hustle, you can struggle, but if you're coming with your children, please have a plan. If you're coming with your spouse can work full time while you work part time. The 2 of you can be working, and maybe the money that you get between the 2 of you can sustain your family. Just I don't know. I don't have that experience. I didn't have to do that, but I don't know. Leye.
Okay, thank you for that. Your take-home pay might not sustain it. Might or might not. But your side hustle will. Will. I say will, not might, will sustain it. Okay. When I came, I had similar experience. I chatted Madam Sheyi. She gave me some links. Actually, I've not worked on the links because I'm working on something else.
You're working on something else. I know.
Oh, your speaker job. I should understand. I've not worked on the links because I'm working on something else. Yeah. There are a lot of opportunity in Canada. But while I'm talking now, I met the colleagues in school in our reception a few weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, and another one said, thank God, though, I see you smiling now. I'm happy that you're smiling. I said, why are you not smiling? I've been here 2 months, no job. I'm just spending this and that. I nearly regret why I come. I said, no, it's not like that. I was a general manager in my company, LinkPoint, for MTN business. I based in Edo State, my family based in Lagos. I have my official car, everything is okay. We are all okay in Nigeria, but there's a purpose why we left Nigeria to come here. So don't look at what you are coming to do. Look at the purpose why you are coming. And she said something, that's why I'm going this long talk. He said that impression they gave is that once you get to the airport, is either you'll be picking dollar or you'll be picking
$3
I said, sorry.
It's not
By
like
yourself. Reason it. You are coming to a country that you don't know anybody. You are a JJC there. You are a new person there. You don't even to interact. Sometimes you form the phone for you to
Yes, so
you can't expect you to just him. It's not possible. Unless you have all these great certificates in IT.
In IT, exactly.
That leverage within 2 weeks, even from Nigeria, you can get it. So that's how we discussed it, and she was smiling, she calmed down, and we moved. Timothy is doing shakara with school, and he's doing shakara with work because of the side hustle. We are just calculating in a week, converting to Nigerian money now, he's making $1 million in a week. Yeah. I'm aware to it. So
Timothy,
your side hustle will give you that leverage. So you need to prepare yourself.
Yeah. And then when you come to Canada, please don't isolate yourself. Ask questions. Ask if not, I'm telling you, the thing will be in front of you, you will not know. No, if you don't ask, nobody will tell you, they'll just be looking at you.
Sorry, let me add to that. Sorry, let me just say something that got me smiling. The thing is, when I came to Canada, I never believed that I would be at this stage presently. But I think one thing, that your desire will take you to where you never expect yourself to be. People that come to where I am now in Sudbury ask me questions like, wait, how many years have you been in Sudbury? I'm like, this is just like 6-7 months. And they're like, no, it's not possible. I've been here for 2 years. Even the things that you're doing now, I've not been able to do them. Because I told them, come, I'm always on the street. There's money on the street than me just sitting down in one place.
Yeah.
And now, I was like last week, a company called me that, Timothy, can you work with us? I said, no, I'm not working. They said, please now, we saw your resume on Indeed. I said, I don't want to even take it down now. I don't want. Let me be making my money from my side hustling very well. I'm my own boss here now. I go to school as I want. So it is about what you want to do. Forget that you came here, I want to do tush. Forget that. Throw yourself down. You will make the money. That's the thing. Forget the tush. Throw yourself down, you make the money. Women,
don't do tush.
Men make money. There is money out there. Just throw yourself down. You will see bankers in Nigeria came here to do cleaning job. And they're getting like $300 in a week. 500 a week. Cleaning job. That is the truth. So you can't say that because you're a banker in Nigeria, you have to come here to work in a bank too or in a company. No. You are just starting something again.
You're starting something, yeah. Especially if you come as a student.
Exactly.
You have to be ready to learn the system. You have to be ready to, do any job at first. When you graduate, you can look for all those professional jobs.
What I got angry was I went for an interview, and the man, after the interview, the man said, how old are you? I said, I'm 40. And he said, I can't employ you. I said, why? He said, he's 32. I said, how would I employ a man of 40 and he's 32? I can't. He went through my resume, everything. He said that with all this experience, you're supposed to be my boss. Him being my boss, they can't employ me. And I was like,
wow.
I won't even apply to any job again. Let me just start something on my own. And that has been it. So these people will not let you be their boss because you are just coming. One. Two, there are some certification you need here for you to work.
Yeah.
That's why most of them will ask you for your driver license, not your passport or anything. So these are things you need to know before coming to Canada. Thank
So when you come, so there's information. You have to get information when you come. You have to ask questions when you come. So Akin's concept, I'm a graduate. Can I still put in for undergraduate course? I don't know, but why do you want to do that? When I hear that question, I always wonder, you're a graduate and you want to go and do undergrad, how are you going to prove that it's helping you? Your career is helping your business. I don't advise it anyway. I know there are some agents that will tell you to do undergraduates. I don't advise it anyway. I don't advise it. Okay, let me look for one more question. So somebody's asking, Abiona Bolu, if we get the Japa system, do we have access to the faces on the screen? No, these ones are my proprietary. These people, it's $20 per 30 minutes or how much, I don't know. So, well, you have access to me and my team. Do you understand? The same people that they have access to. Yeah, so if they give me permission to give you their contact, I will, but they haven't given me that permission yet. So it's a personal statement, a must for a child of 17 years that is going for bachelor's or a BSc. So a personal statement is an SOP. It's not a must. If you're applying, you will see that SOP, client information, is not a compulsory document, but I would advise you to have it. That's what I would say. It's not compulsory, but I advise you to have it. So we've talked for like 1.5 hours. Let's just be sure that the people are still here. Are we still here? Timothy, somebody said, Timothy, I beg, wait till be that your side hustle. I am learning to barb hair just for Canada purpose.
Oh my God. Okay, let me just give you one short hint. Get your driver license when you're coming.
I know the side hustle, but I won't talk.
So,
Get your driver's license.
that is all.
I will not talk. The side hustle made people rich during COVID. It was booming.
Madam
And
Sheyi,
this is
what you just said, I never wanted to talk before.
COVID, it was mad.
Madam Sheyi, I don't talk before. What you just said there, let me just give you a short hint. I contact the people I work for. I won't make it a bit elaborate. Most times, when I contact them, they were like, "Hello, Mr. Timothy." I say, "Yes, I have this issue now. Sort this for the so person." All because during winter, most of the Indians couldn't work.
Yeah.
I will wear double jacket together, wear 2 jean trousers with my boots while I was working for them then. Not knowing that this is what will be my own favor now. So most times I will be at home, they'll call me and please, you need to you are paying so amount of money. I'm like, no, this can't work for me. You have to pay me this. And, okay, don't worry, we'll pay you that money that you asked for.
Can you imagine?
So, and it's basically because when they need me, I was there for them then.
Yeah.
That's just the thing. I was on the street in the snow, jumping from one place to another. For both of us to make money together. I'm making money, I'm making from them too, as at them. So it's about how strong you are and how diligent and willing you are to work and make the money. That's just it.
Exactly. So in Canada, you need drive. Here, you need drive. You can't do smell here. You need drive. I'm telling you, I don't even want to go into that, but you need drive. Someone says, is Humphrey saying, do we necessarily have to come to Canada via study routes? No, Humphrey, it's not, we're talking about study route today, but there are other routes. You can get a job, you can come through express entry or PNP. Is not study routes. At ABC, I have this your question. Okay, no vex. Why do we not need the IELTS to study in Canada? Why? Are you asking why? If you are from an English-speaking country, a lot of schools will waive it for you. It's as simple as that. They will waive it because you are from an English-speaking country. Okay, this change of career thing. I think Laye talked about that. He said, can I have a change of career? Will that be an issue? So it depends on what you are changing from to what you are changing to. Do you understand? If you are changing from engineering to health, is a problem because you have no background in health. Why? Because all of you heard that health is working here. Health is, they are paying. You want to change to health. It might be difficult. Yes. You might have to be in Canada already to change that health, but for visa purposes, I do not advise that you change your career. You're putting more pressure on yourself to be explaining to them why you're changing. Why do you want that extra pressure? Nello Pretty, I didn't see your questions. I'm answering now. I'm trying to select questions. Thank you guys once more. Thank you. I know that Timothy should be any money by now, but he's here. Timothy, thank you for taking the time to be here. Said, Timothy, you said get your driver's license. The person said, is it foreign driver's license or Nigerian driver's license? Oh, yeah.
Please, that foreign license is not useful
at all.
Just get your Nigerian driver's license.
Nigerian driver's license is what you need.
Valid. Also, if you can get your license transcript, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But the truth is, most companies will employ you faster once you have your G2 or G driver license.
Yeah.
It's so easy if you have your driver license. Even you'll be the one making chakara with them that come.
Yeah.
I won't do this. I will do this because there's so much know that Nigerians are very good in driving, but they won't tell us that. Because I've met 2 or 3 instructors that they said they just ask us to pass through the road test so I will be used to the laws. And
to the laws, yeah. Yeah.
They know that we are extremely good because they've seen our country, they've seen how bad our road is and how crazy we still drive without having accidents in that country. So they know that to drive successful in their country, but
yeah, you
have to pass through the G1 road test and come
yes.
with driver's license.
Just come with your driver's license, yeah, and your extract, that thing. Transcript, what do you call it?
Abstract.
Abstract from FRSC. So FRSC can give you, I used to have someone's contact there that can help you. I don't know if I have it anymore. And your driver's license, when you come, you do your G1, right? G1, then you can do your your road test later.
And also, if you didn't have your abstract, you can still come to
you can still come. Yeah.
Nigerian immigration in Ottawa. It takes within just 10 days. They will send an app to you that will authorize them to give you G2 or G or
G. Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I am a driver instructor now in Ontario. Yes. I mean,
see this Timothy. Timothy, I'm here and you're coming to take over. What is going on? See, those people, they charge like $50 an hour.
Yeah.
I just did driving this thing for my daughter. I paid $50 an hour.
Yeah, that's
like,
it.
what is this?
That's it. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I'm making money. The guy was telling me that he works all day. He doesn't even have chance.
At all. There are a lot of people that you have to take through the road, all the signs and everything. So it's money.
Does it back to back. It's very lucrative. This Timothy, I dey fear you.
That's just it.
I dey fear you. Hold this man well.
I did house. I'm in his house.
Someone says I'm a good baker. Can that be a side hustle? Yes.
No, it's a good one. Actually, I lost 3 jobs because of driving license. My driver license expired before I came, so I couldn't do my normal driving license.
Yes, that also happened to me, and I didn't know.
Jobs
because my driver's license
there is one that called me. They are ready to give me Felco to work for them as a sales because I haven't been a salesman. So I'm just waiting to get my driver's license this weekend.
Driver's license, then you fire.
I'm starting this month. They go Canada. If you want to buy a car, we are selling car. Me and Timothy, we are selling cars.
Anyways. Yeah. Try and get your driver's license, long and short. Someone is asking, I'm a good baker. Your solar baby. I'm a good baker. Can that be a side hustle? So yes, baking is a very good side hustle. I know a student that bakes. I posted her on my status one time. She bakes meat pie. In fact, she has to even close orders because she has a lot of orders. So yes, baking is good. Baking is good if you can braid hair. I don't want to talk too much here, but if you can braid hair too, braiding hair is also great for the ladies. It's great. Let me look at if there are still questions that we haven't. So if you're asking questions that we've already asked, you might need to go and look at the replay. Yeah. If you're still here, let us know you're still here. Please put emoji in the chat so that I'm not just talking to these people here. If you're still here, put an emoji in the chat. Let's know you're still here.
Please check Bossede Malik. Also, I want to add this to all what Madam Sheyi has been saying.
Bossede Malik.
To know more about the province you are going to before you go to that province. Please, it's very, very important. When I was in Nigeria, I've already did a lot of research about Sudbury. And that Sudbury has a lot of old people. Most of them are retirees. So it makes me understand how to be in the street, to work for them. Once I hear that the government has paid them money, I don't have to get my own money from them. That is my logic there. They are collecting their money from government. That is the thing. I'm working for them, get my money back. They are retirees. They want to eat. They want to buy groceries. Everything. I'm available. Don't worry. I do it for you.
Yes. So, and they have money. They have money because they have their pension. They have all this money they've saved. They are very nice. I used to have a neighbor.
I'm nice. I don't have the money. But no, I'll do all those things for you. Pay me my money. So I've already studied where I'm coming to. I know what to do for them, and that's what you're me here. So
I like the way Timothy approached his. I mean, it's so systematic. You had a plan. You were just following. It's like you're a model. Yeah. If somebody is actually serious, no, you have to have a plan. He said he studied the region before coming. I mean, sometimes when Timothy is talking, it reminds me of myself. Before I came to St. Catherine's, I went to read about it. No, to have an idea of the place before you actually land. Do you understand? So please do that. Do that. So you said Bosede Malik. Sede Malik is asking, after finishing 1-year program, do I have to go back to my country to apply for the next one? No way. If you're already in Canada, you don't need to go anywhere. You can do everything here. You can extend your study permit here. You can get a new passport here. We have a Canada embassy in Ottawa. You can do everything here. You don't need to go back to Nigeria or Ghana or your country for anything, okay? So you can do all of that here. Who is this now? Osman Keita. You haven't answered my question. What is the question? So when you say you haven't answered my question, put the question there. If you are married, it's well TV. I'm 33 years old man, married with 3 kids. I want to know if I can use my father as a sponsor. Is it a must to pay part of my tuition fee before? So paying part of your tuition fee, if the school said you should pay, then you must pay because it's a condition for your admission. If you don't pay, they will refuse you visa. If the school said pay and you didn't pay, they will refuse you visa. If you're 33 years old, I think that your father can sponsor you. But like I said before, also have your money, just that to show that you also have flesh or meat in the game. You wanted to say something.
Yeah, if the school didn't request for part payment, it's good to pay something, is to show the visa officer that okay, you are committed. You're not just going empty. That you have made something, okay, you are committed to, because it happened to me before when I was pressing UK, they advised me that I should pay something to show that okay, I'm committed to the program. And mostly Canada school, they will tell you to pay part to reserve a seat because there's a lot of application for that program. They might change it for somebody else that make payment. Life now money here.
Yeah. So like I said, if the school doesn't ask you to pay, you don't have to pay. But if you want to show commitment that I'm committed to this thing, you can pay some money, but it is not compulsory, but it will help you. So you see, it's not compulsory, but it might help. But the colleges, if they say you must pay first-term tuition before a certain date, please try and pay it and put your receipt as part of your application. This sponsor question is everywhere. How many months do I need proof of funds before printing my visa application?
That's 4 to 6 months now.
4 to 6 months. Exactly. 4 to, even if you go to their website, it's there. You must have the money for 4 to 6 months consistently. So don't go and put 13 million 2 weeks before you print your visa, your statement, except you have an explanation for that 13 million and you have documents to back up your explanation. Don't just explain, put documents.
Madam, sorry. Can a student buy house in Canada?
Can a student buy house?
Yes.
It's students. For you to buy a house in Canada, you have to show your income.
Yeah, if income is coming very well and they could see that income is coming.
You cannot work for more than 20 hours, so they know that you can't have that income. You can't have it. Exactly. You want to buy a house, you want to buy a house, you can buy a house when you become when you have a work permit. But I don't think as a student you can buy. I've thought about it, but I don't think you can. But I'm going to ask. You didn't answer my question. You have not answered my question. So if you're asking me, so the questions that I'm skipping, if you're asking me what are my chances, I'm not going to answer because I don't know. Your chances depend on the documents that you submit for admission. I don't know now. I don't even know your chances. If you meet the requirements, your chances are good. So can mutual funds be used? There's somebody here that uses mutual funds. It's not as if can mutual funds be used as proof of funds? Does anybody have an answer? Chinyere, do you know? Can mutual funds be used as proof of funds?
I think they can be used if it's your personal own because it's like your savings and your investment.
Mutual funds is savings, and mutual funds is accessible. So if I have a mutual fund with ARM, for example, and it's in my name, can use it because I can just ask them, I want to liquidate it, transfer it. So you can use mutual funds.
Yes.
You can use fixed deposits, because in case somebody wants to ask. You can use current or savings account. You cannot use property, cash. You cannot use stocks and bonds and all those things as cash. Yeah, but you can use fixed deposits, mutual funds. Timothy, they are hailing you here. Oh. Has taken over. I'm trying to look for questions that I can answer. So this one is a strong question. Advice you have for people with lower grade, third class or pass? Hey. Does anybody have advice for people with third class or people who had pass? It's a difficult one. The reason is because, especially for Canada is different from maybe the UK or US. Canada, a lot of the schools want 2-2 and above. Do you understand? So when you have a third class or you have a pass, you now have a more difficult situation, because you have to now have other things that you can use in conjunction with that third class. If you have a third class or a pass, you can do an advanced diploma. You can still do a postgraduate certificate. Some schools will accept. I'm not going to mention the names of any school, but some schools will accept, and you can also do an advanced diploma. Do you understand? You can do that. Timothy is doing an advanced diploma, yeah? So you can do an advanced diploma as well. I'm not going to answer the question about documents. Sarah Sheifumi, I'm not going to answer that question because we have that information in the Japa system. And I mean, they're basic information. What you need is basic. This driving something has caused problem. This person is asking, I can't pronounce your name, something John. I'm currently a driving instructor in Canada. What are my chances? Chances for what? You want to be a driving instructor like Timothy Abi? So I don't know. You have to come to Canada first. So Canada is not looking for driving instructors, but when you come and you're here, you can be a driving instructor. Do you understand? So I don't know about chances, yeah.
Driving instructor is just like a freelance work.
It's a freelance job, yeah.
You create your own community, like an association of people knowing that, okay, this is what I can do. And also, before you can be a driving instructor, your driving license must be full G with 4 dots. That 4 dots means that you have over 4 years experience from your country, and also with your driving test, because the full G driving test is different from normal driving test. If you go for an instructor, they will test you differently. Yeah. So if you pass, I did it first, I failed just because of I didn't count 3 at the stop sign only.
At the stop sign, oh my goodness!
They said I was supposed to count 1, 2, 3 at the stop sign. I failed, and I had to pay again and reapply again. And then I was like, I think I like your spirit. You don't want to give up. I'm not giving up. I already got my driver license, but I want to be an instructor. And I applied again. I did everything, and she gave me my license. I was certified, and that was all. So there are some processes you have to take for you to be a licensed instructor in Ontario.
Yeah.
So you have to come to Canada first.
You have to come, yeah.
I did G1, I did G2, I did full G. Yeah. So those are the steps you have to take, because all the roles are different. There are different roles for each class of the driver license. So you have to know everything. And there's something again, they can call you anytime to ask you that this sign means what. So it's not that you just want me to pass the exam. No, you must know it out to
You have to know it. Yeah.
That's just it. And sometimes they can just call you, please, we have to students. Can you just take that person on the road? Or fix a time to take that person on the road and check if that person is qualified to have a license in Ontario. So those are the criteria you need to know before you become a licensed instructor in Canada. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. This is good stuff. Like they will say here, good stuff. So someone is asking, Olaide Badmos, how can I prove my sponsor when we are not related in blood? How much must be in the account? I think we've talked about this before. So if your sponsor is not related to you by blood, which means they are not your uncle, it's difficult to prove relationship, yeah? But you can prove it, yeah? Show that you people are connected. Have they helped you in the past financially before? How much must be in the account? They must have enough to cover your expenses, your tuition, and also for their own self. So if you need 5 million, for example, they cannot have 5.5. That means they are giving you everything in their account. That will not fly. That will not fly. So we have been here for almost 2 hours now. So we have like 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes and we're done. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the people that are sticking with us. I'm going to give out Airtel and 9 Mobile at the end of this webinar. So get ready. I'll put in the number for Airtel, 500 Naira recharge card, and for 9 Mobile, 500 Naira recharge card. Can I use my pension account as proof of funds? Did anybody use pension account, PFA, ERM?
Yes, I did, but it's not
Okay.
like my proof of fund. It's just like a supporting document, just
It's a
like
support. Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. So it's a supporting document because as the name indicates, it's pension. It's for when you are taking pension. Do you understand? And in Nigeria, I think if you haven't worked for 4 months, 25% of your pension is accessible to you. But that's when you haven't worked for 4 months. So pension is not a primary proof of funds. It's a supporting proof of funds. Okay. I was banned for 10 years. I think we've answered banned question. If you are banned in the UK, it doesn't affect you in Canada. You tell the truth. It doesn't affect you. Timothy, honestly, you are a comrade. I love your spirit, sir. Timothy, will come and teach me too. When we are finished, you have to show me way. What about MTN? I've already done MTN, Max Moment. MTN, we did it at the beginning to support those who came early. So you came late.
A movement for engineer. Madam Sheyi, you already planned on coming to your place. So me and Leia, we spoke about that yesterday. We'll drive down probably before end of.
Plenty things where you are.
I will drive. Don't worry. I will drive down. We'll drive down to your place.
Buy plenty things, so my house is full.
Okay.
We are coming.
We are coming.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to look for people are asking about money. So if you're asking about money, just go and look at whoever sent you here, tell them to send you the information video and information page. We answer those questions about how much you need, to study. Can my half brother, we have the same mother, but a different father, sponsor me? Yes, your brother is your brother, whether they are half or step. So long as you can prove that this person is my brother, they can sponsor you. Before you finish, can you tell us about the Japa system and how to access it? So at the beginning, I talked about the Japa system. So if you came late, you probably didn't hear me. So the Japa system is the system that has helped Timothy, Leye, Aze, Chinyere, and so many other people to get to Canada to study. Before you know it, in the next 2-3 years, these people will be permanent residents together with their family. It's not a joke. It's happening. They will be permanent residents. So if you want to know how to get the Japa system, please go back to whoever sent you here. Where did you get the link for this webinar? Tell them you want to get the Japa system. They will give you a link to purchase. We can't put any links here because you came for different people. Just ask them and they will give you a link. You want to say something, Timothy?
Also, there's some things I don't want to forget. That's why I'm trying to chip them in.
Okay.
Have the mind of social service work when you are coming. Red Cross or social service work, it helps a lot for your PR. I've gotten my certificates. I work for an organization whereby we give clothes and food to the junkies, the homeless people here. And I work for like 2-3 months there every Sunday. And they give me certificates. And the woman actually said that even if the immigration need more document about you, they should contact me, I'll give it to them. She gave me certification that I've worked with them, this, that, this, that. So those are the things I will advise those in Canada and those coming. Have the mind of doing either for Red Cross or this thing, work with them. It really helps a lot. It really helps a lot when you're applying for your PR.
Okay, so that's great. And Canada likes volunteer work. When I was a student, I did volunteer a lot and I put it in my CV and it helped me. So even in the university, I was recognized because I did volunteer work. So try and do volunteering work like Timothy said, all these things that you think are not important. My daughter is here, my daughter is in high school, she's doing volunteer work because those things will help her to get scholarship. You understand? Those things that don't even matter. So the things that these people are looking at, things that we might not even take for granted. So the Japa system is 50,000. Somebody's asking. In Ghana cedis, I think it's about 1,000 Ghana cedis. It's black. The rate is like 1,000. And you can get it from whoever has invited you. Yeah. I saw something I wanted to talk about. We only have 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. The Japa system is for study alone. So it doesn't talk about express entry. It doesn't talk about PNP. It's only for those who want to come to Canada to study. Do you understand? If you are not meeting the express entry score, study is sure. And I know you want to talk too much. So study is a sure route to permanent residence. So long as you have come here, I have people who have come here, they thought that they will not get permanent residence. They will get it. You will get. Yeah, inside Canada, Abby. You will get it. You cannot. Yeah, here, even refugee, they get permanent residence. You. I beg. So, common law. Can your common law spouse? If somebody is a common law, it's not your spouse. So can your common law partner sponsor you? Well, do we do common law partner in our country? So I think when it comes to sponsor, we've answered this sponsor question severally. Whoever is sponsoring you, prove your relationship to them. Let them write a letter of why they are sponsoring you. And if possible, let them transfer the money to your account. I mean, nothing is surer than that. If you have sent 10 million to my account, you're sponsoring me now. Nothing speaks louder than that. So they send the money to you. And that shows that
the money should not be at once. Please, I think the money should not be at once.
Okay.
Giving you 6 million naira and you want to apply like in 2 weeks' time. Person should not just put 6 million naira at once, bam, into your account. It will call for a red flag, like why now? Bulk money coming to your account, bam, just like that, because you want to apply. Why now? I will advise the person can just put 2 million first. You send the person 1 million back, person put 3 million, you send the person 1 million back again, person put another 2 million again. Within a week, the money has already completed the 6 million you need. There's somebody I did that for. The person want to bring his family to this place and he doesn't have the money. He said, okay, you need 10 million. I said, okay, no problem. I send him 5 million first. He sent me 2 million back. I sent him another 3 million. He sent me another 1 million back.
But it's teaching us bad thing.
Yes. So you understand? So it's not so
bad thing.
easy.
The thing is that you have to know what you're doing. See, anything is possible. If you have a plan, just start. You see the way this money, I don't want to even, these are the things I don't even like to talk about. The way this money is flowing, just start. If you don't have money, there's a way, but please give it time. Don't say in 2 weeks' time, give it some months so that money, there will be that flow of the money in your account. I want to talk to this Abdul Rashid. Your question, I don't understand it. That's why I didn't answer. I have admission with co-op program without PGWP, and I have admission with PGWP, but without co-op. Oh no, which one do you advise that I go for? I get it now. So always go for the program that has postgraduate work permits. I meet so many people. I'm telling you, last week from church, I picked someone up to drop off, and he was telling me, I said, what are you doing here? I said, he's a student. I said, which school? Maybe he told me the school. I was like, my man, I was like, man, that school does not have PGWP. So now I said, do you know that school doesn't have PGWP? He said he didn't even know. So it was when he got to Canada that he knew. The agent did not tell him. He did not know. And I'm like, what are you going to do? He said he's confused. He doesn't even know what he will do. You don't want to be in that situation. Don't put yourself in that situation. So come with a program that has PGWP, even though it doesn't have co-op. Yeah, so that's its best. So I think we have talked for 2 hours. I've tried to answer the questions as much as possible. And I can see that Leia is also answering some questions in the chat. Thank you, Leia. You're darling. So how can I get fully funded scholarship? We teach that in the Japa system. Buy it. Go and buy it. It's only 50,000. It will increase. Oh, when it increases now, you will still buy. So go and get it now before the price increases. As I used to talk my own, people don't used to take me serious until price will increase. Mr. Timothy, how can one get a consultation with you, sir? I am his manager, please. If you want to talk to Timothy, consult me. $100 per hour. Timothy, we need to do business. I have his contact. So if you need Timothy's contact, please ask me. I will give it to you, but you have to pay me some money. So So I think that's all that we can take. Somebody's asking, I like that question. Why do people apply to colleges more than universities? Because it is easier to get admission into the college than the university. For you to get a master's in Canada, you need to have 2-1. Do you understand how many people have it? And then sometimes you need to get a supervisor. The wahala is plenty. As you have a master, you're doing a master's, right?
Yes, I'm doing the master's and I have a master's before.
So did you find it? How was the process? Let me even talk to you. How was the process of getting master's admission? How was it for you? Different for different people though.
It wasn't difficult. I have about 10 years work experience and I'm doing a master's in finance. I had an MBA. So I think it added, I had a 2.2 in school. So my GPA was 3.44, but for my MBA, my GPA was 4.05 on the scale of 5. So I think it boosted my chances.
What
So
school is that?
I guess with St. Mary's University, Halifax,
Oh,
Nova Scotia.
yeah, Halifax.
Yeah.
Wow, you are hot too. I said it's masters. People are hot. There was a time she got masters in one school. Like, did you get that master? Hot school like this? So congrats, you're a hot person. Yeah, you're just doing your own cool there, but you know. So I'm so glad you said that. She has 2.2. She also has MBA, and she was able to get a master. So that's why I said those people that have 2.2. So long as you have something extra, she has 10 years work experience in her field, MBA, you can also get a master's. Contact the school. You have to sell yourself. You're not the only person. They have many people. Sell yourself to the school and you will get admission. Somebody said, don't increase it though. Why before I increase it? I love Timothy's presentation. Timothy, we love you. I was thinking about my webinar. Someone says, how lucrative is tailoring job over there? I want to talk about that one because I have a friend that is a tailor here in Canada. Before now, if my zip spoil, I will throw the cloth away because I don't know what to do. I don't know. If you go to those places where they are doing adjustments, they will charge you $25.
Sorry, let me just say something to that. Your handwork will make a way for you here. Several handwork. I was once a fashion designer before I got admission into school in Nigeria. That's when I got here. But I have passion for repairing of cars. When I got here, I bought some cars that had issues. I went to the junkyard. I lose some parts of the cars in junkyard. I fixed the one I bought back, and I took it for safety. And the people that say the car wasn't safety before, say the car is now safety and certified. I bought a Chevrolet 2014 for $2,000, and I sold it for $7,000.
Wow.
And
Wow.
And the part I got from the junkyard was just $750. I got a part at junkyard for $750, and I bought the part to my house. I pieces the car, I fixed everything, and I sold it for $7,000. I bought another one again, I fixed it, I sold it again. So this is just what I want to say, that your passion will make a way for you. Just have something you can do. Don't just come here and say, okay, you want to look for work in a company. You get a job in a company, but they will not pay you like what you will do for yourself. Hairdressing now, most girls they want to place their hair. They are looking for hair for them. People are looking for a barber, where to barb their hair.
Exactly.
Yeah, just to barb alone, you have to book appointments for.
I'm telling you.
That's how stupid it is here. If you go without booking an appointment, they won't even attend to you. Just to barb your hair only. You have to book an appointment.
I'm telling you.
Come Tuesday or come next week Wednesday before they can barb your hair for you. So all those things are just very, very lucrative here. Get something you can do. Learn it now. If you don't have anything now, learn it now. It will make a way for you. I have a big toolbox now. And I'm like, Timothy, wait, are you trying to open a mechanic workshop here? I said, I don't care. My own is that let me keep making my money. That is the truth. That was what I was asking you, that can a student buy a house here? Because I want to buy a garage. Just start something.
I rent it. I know that's where you're going, Timothy.
Yes. So we are about to
buy a house and rent it. So if you can do handwork, like Timothy said, I've been looking for. I wanted to braid my hair. I've been looking for. The lady is charging me $170. I will not pay. I'm looking for $100. You can imagine. She doesn't have time, no. She's busy. As I'm telling you, so barbing of hair, someone used to come to the house to cut hair for my son. He's not even doing it again. And I've been searching for another person I can cut his hair. I have not even found. Do you understand? So those kind of things. The lady that does tailoring, she adjusts my clothes, $25 for one. It pains me, but I'm telling you, $25. She's my friend. And I'm begging her, she's like, no, Shay, do you know I have to adjust this thing, cut here. So if you can do something handwork, it's those people who do trades, and even plumbing here, plumbers. You have to book appointments and they don't even have time. Do you understand? They are busy. So if you can learn handwork, it's great. It's great. Someone says online program does not guarantee visa. You must work here. So if you go to a school and they say online only, leave it. It's not for you. Please leave it though. Cut soap. Timothy, there's so many. If you want Timothy's contact, just reach me after the webinar. Send me my $100. I will connect you. So please go and get the Japa system. I mean, I've kept these guys here for 2 hours. I'm sure they have things to do. I'm so grateful to you people for staying till this time.
Please, there's a question from Stephen.
Okay, who is Stephen again?
You need to, it's not end of the road for him.
My monthly salary is not enough. Let me put it off. My monthly salary is not enough to guarantee me a good bank statement, though I have worked for over 10 years. Is it the end of the road? Say things like that. It's not the end of it's the end of the road when you say it's the end of the road. So long as you haven't stopped fighting, I mean, then don't give up. Yeah. Like, I want to encourage him. I know you're a pastor.
Yeah. Okay, let me encourage him. A lot happens. Okay. If your salary is not up to, but you have the money, or you can raise the money, or you can use sponsorship, or you can get a POF anyhow, you can do it. Because you're earning a salary of 30,000, 40,000 doesn't mean, as long as you can provide payslip. And I don't think that's what we can discuss here, but there's a way you can do it. That's your salary will be reasonable, but based on pension, loan, and some other things, then it comes to certain amount that comes to your account that will show, okay, this is difference, and this is what comes to your account. And from there, you can print your statement as long as you have the money that you can see that you are using to pay your school fees, your accommodation. That's all. You are good to go. So it's not end of the road, unless, as he said, you call it end of the road yourself. There's nothing impossible.
Nothing is impossible. I've seen so many impossible situations. Even when I started, there was a time I even thought it was the end of the road, because they were just, it's like they sent my name to US and Australia that if you see her name, deny her. Oh, wow. So they were just denying. It was like a conspiracy, but nothing is impossible. Just have it as a long-term plan and don't give up. So I'm about to put the Airtel. This is Airtel 500 Naira. So if you get it, let us know that you've gotten it. Airtel for 500 Naira. So they are like that so that more people can get it. Airtel for 500. If you get it, let us know that you got it. Airtel for 500. So it's remaining what? 9 mobile. I've done Airtel. So it's remaining 9 mobile. So like I said, I'm thanking these people for Antonia, answer my question now. Which question? What is your question? How many hours can you work as a student? You can work 20 hours a week. A week. I'm not going to answer any question about visiting visa. Visiting visa is visiting visa. That is what it is. Don't listen to those agents that are don't listen to agents too. Visiting visa is visiting visa. Yeah.
The work that school gave me, I later rejected it. I'm not doing it again.
Because it's not lucrative now. Timothy, you are a different person now.
It's true. They actually gave me a job to do in school as resident advisor. And when I calculated the payment to what I'm earning from on my own, and also I also heard that any work we do as a student, it will not count for our PR.
Okay, so yes, any job you do as a student doesn't count for PR. Doesn't count.
So that was why I told myself that any work that can't surpass the money I'm earning now on my own personal side, also I can't do it again. So I had to send email back to my school that the job you gave me, the salary is too small. I can't do it again. Take your work. So that's the truth.
But yeah, we keep you. Please, work in the school. If they give you job, don't follow Timothy. Schools, schools pay, their pay is good. Schools pay well. I mean, when I was at Brock, their salary was great. The rates were great. You can't get it outside. So you can work for 20 hours as a student. Do you understand? On campus, you can work unlimited hours, but off campus, you can work for 20 hours. If you got the 9 mobile and the Airtel, please let us know that you got it though. Flora, see you in Canada soon. Flora Oji. Oh, somebody got Airtel. See, who is this person? Got this Airtel. Hassan Owojori Elizabeth got the Airtel. And who got the 9 mobile? Somebody got the 9 mobile. Let me know if you got 9 mobile. Use it now. So let me know it works before we go away. So thank you everybody for the opportunity and for spending time with us. We had fun. Abi, we had fun, right? Was it fun? Please tell us in the chat if you had fun, because I think I enjoyed today's. It wasn't just me talking, so it was fun. I think it was fun. Please let us know if it was fun. I hope you can still hear my voice. What is saying they can't hear me? Oh, Anita Anthony got the 9 mobile. Thank you too. Thank you. So Anita got it. 9 mobile was gotten by Anita. So that's all I have for today. That's all the free cards I have, recharge cards I have for today. That's all. So thank you very much, guys. If you want the Japa system, don't just be talking, do action. Canada is signed now for study visas. They are approving study visas in 3 weeks, in 1 month. They are doing a lot of approvals. I'm telling you, they are being fair now. Just and so take opportunity, take advantage of the opportunity to come to Canada. And that's why they are giving visit visa. The minister said they should give visit visa. Everybody is getting visit visa now. But visit visa is visit visa. You cannot study with it. You cannot work with it. You don't have a SIN number. Don't come here and put yourself in a difficult situation. And don't stay longer than your visit visa, because you have spoiled everything. By the time you stay longer than your visit visa, you have spoiled your immigration with Canada. So please don't do that. Okay? So it was fun. Thank you very much. Timothy, does that mean that there's no penalty if you work more than 20 hours? There's penalty. What Timothy is doing? Timothy, answer that question. Is there no penalty if you work more than 20 hours?
The work I am doing is a freelancer work.
Simple. That's where I was going to.
The money is just coming to your account on your own personal work. It has no record to my SIN number. I have my SIN number, but it has no record to that. And I'll be the one to choose. Maybe I want to pay tax to the government at the end of the year, according to my own determination. But if you're working for a company, they will request for your SIN number. So your tax will be allocated, will be linked to your SIN number. We should make them track the amount, the number of times you are working. But what I'm doing mostly is freelancing work. So I'm my own boss, I'm my own CEO, and I do my work at my own time.
Exactly. So Timothy is a businessman. That's a different thing. So we're not teaching you bad thing, but if you come and you're working for a company, they will take your SIN and they will send. They don't even need to talk to you. They will send it to I wanted to say RCC. They will send it to CRA, which is the tax body here in Canada. They will know how many hours you want. If you are doing freelancing, then go on song. You can do it as long as you want. So it was fun. Thank you very much. We're going to have another webinar soon. If you want me to invite Timothy back, just you have to come and talk to me, maybe $100. And we call Timothy to come back and give us more tips, because me, I'm going to consult him now when we finish. So thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely day, and don't forget to go back to whoever invited you and get your own Canada Japa.
Please don't go. Me, I have a question for you, personal.
You have question? Okay. You have question for me? I don't understand. Blair.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm listening.
Business.
Do you want everybody to hear? You want to ask it here?
I can't hear you.
Do you want to ask the question now?
No, one on one.
A camera, outside camera. Okay, no, now I can say goodbye to everybody and we can talk. So thank you very much, guys. It was fun. I'm going to talk to you in the next webinar, please make sure you come for the next webinar. Subscribe to my channel. Look at all the videos in this channel. There are amazing videos in this channel that will educate you. And you can also come to Canada and start earning big money like Timothy. Bye for now. Who's Timothy? I don't know what you do for here. So I've ended.